The bell rings. A blur of muscle and fury explodes across the ring. Within seconds, another man falls, motionless, as the crowd roars in disbelief. That is not just power, it is controlled chaos. Behind those savage knockouts was a mind sharpened like a weapon and a body forged through endless repetition. This is not the story of a fighter born to win. This is the story of how Mike Tyson was built to dominate. Let's dive in. Background: from Brooklyn to the Catskill Mountains. Before the fame, before the belts, there was a scared kid from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Mike Tyson grew up surrounded by chaos, violence, and poverty. His childhood was a fight for survival, not glory. By age 13, he had been arrested more than 30 times, but fate had other plans. Inside a juvenile detention center, a counselor noticed something different in Tyson. He introduced the troubled teen to boxing, and soon Tyson was sent to train under the legendary Cus D'Amato in the quiet town of Catskill, New York. For the first time, Mike found discipline, purpose, and love. Cus became the father figure he never had. He didn't just teach Tyson how to punch, he taught him how to think, how to control fear, and how to believe he was destined for greatness. Under Cus's roof, the boy from the streets began to transform. Each day, the monster within was being forged, not through anger, but through vision and relentless discipline. Signature style: peekaboo and explosive power. Cus D'Amato didn't want Mike Tyson to be just another boxer. He wanted to create a human weapon. The secret was the peekaboo style, a technique that combined defense, precision, and terrifying speed. Hands high, chin tucked, constant head movement. Tyson became a storm in motion, impossible to hit and deadly when he struck back. Every move was designed to corner opponents, forcing them into panic. The peekaboo system relied on rhythm and timing. Tyson would slip punches by inches, then explode with hooks that could end fights in seconds. His power wasn't just natural strength. It came from flawless mechanics: legs, hips, and shoulders snapping together in one violent burst. Cus drilled him endlessly on these details. Tyson would shadowbox in front of mirrors, studying his angles, perfecting his rhythm until it became instinct. He moved like a predator stalking prey, always calculating, always patient until the exact moment to strike. When he stepped into the ring, he wasn't guessing. He was executing a plan, one forged through repetition, pain, and obsession. This was the birth of a new kind of fighter, one who mixed science with savagery. Relentless physical training regimen. Mike Tyson's training wasn't just intense, it was otherworldly. Every day began before sunrise. At 4 a.m., while most of the world slept, he was already running miles through the misty Catskill roads. The air was cold, the world silent, and every step hardened his mind. That early start wasn't just about endurance, it was about dominance. Tyson trained to feel like he was doing more than anyone alive. After running, he would return to eat lightly, then train for hours. Thousands of repetitions of push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and neck bridges. He performed over 2,000 sit-ups daily to strengthen his core for explosive punches. His neck was built through brutal bridges, allowing him to absorb hits most fighters couldn't handle. Then came the boxing work: sparring, heavy bag, speed bag, shadowboxing, and footwork drills. Every punch had to be thrown with perfect form. Cus D'Amato's rule was simple: train until it becomes impossible to make a mistake. Tyson's sparring sessions were legendary. He didn't hold back. He treated every round like a real fight, testing his power and aggression. Even when he wasn't in the gym, he visualized success. He watched fight tapes for hours, studying every movement, every flaw in his opponents. His entire life became training, repetition, and focus. There were no parties, no distractions, only purpose. Every workout carved him closer to perfection, mental conditioning, and psychological edge. While Tyson's muscles and technique were being sculpted, Cus D'Amato was shaping something far more dangerous: his mind. Cus believed fear was the most powerful weapon in combat, not something to erase, but something to master. The hero and the coward feel the same thing, he told Tyson, but it's what you do with that fear that makes you different. Every night, Cus made Mike repeat affirmations: "I am the best. I am the most ferocious fighter in the world." It wasn't arrogance, it was programming. Cus was building unshakable belief inside a young man who had once felt powerless. Visualization became part of Tyson's routine. He didn't just dream of winning. He imagined every second of every round, the smell of sweat, the sound of the crowd, the feeling of his gloves connecting. When fight night arrived, he wasn't nervous. He had already lived it 1,000 times in his mind. Before each fight, Tyson would stare across the ring at his opponent until they looked away. That was the first victory. He said he could feel their soul break. By the time the bell rang, the fight was already over. In the end, Tyson wasn't just physically superior, he was psychologically invincible, a fighter trained to destroy both body and spirit. Putting it all together, why it worked. Mike Tyson was more than a boxer. He was a perfect fusion of science, psychology, and savagery. His body was a weapon, his mind a fortress, and his training a ritual. Every punch he threw carried the weight of years of discipline and obsession. What made him unstoppable wasn't just his power, it was the way all the pieces connected. His peekaboo style made him elusive, his conditioning gave him endless endurance, and his mindset turned fear into fuel. Most fighters train to fight. Tyson trained to dominate. He never entered the ring to see what would happen. He entered knowing the outcome. Each element of his preparation worked together like gears in a machine. If one failed, the others compensated. That is why so many opponents never stood a chance. They weren't just fighting Tyson's fists. They were fighting the system that created him. The early mornings, the endless drills, the mental mastery, and the belief that he was unstoppable. Tyson wasn't born the monster the world saw. He was engineered for destruction. Every victory was proof that his transformation was complete. Lessons for anyone. Most of us will never step into a boxing ring, but Tyson's training carries a message for everyone. Discipline beats talent. Consistency conquers fear. The monster inside each of us isn't born. It's built through struggle, sacrifice, and belief. Tyson's journey shows that greatness isn't luck. It's a choice made every single day, long before anyone's watching, when quitting feels easier than continuing. Conclusion: the monster in the ring. The lights flash, the crowd erupts. Tyson stands alone in the ring, gloves raised, breathing steady. Every punch, every drop of sweat, every early morning has led to this moment. The boy from Brooklyn is gone. In his place stands Iron Mike, the product of obsession, pain, and precision. The world called him a monster, but monsters aren't born, they are made. If this story lit a fire inside you, don't let it fade. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone chasing their own greatness, because discipline, obsession, and belief can turn any one of us into something unstoppable. Your fight starts now.